Okay, I got a lot of videos coming up on my channel. A lot of them from a trip from last year. I haven't even posted. I'm still trying to get a lot of videos out. Maybe some of them about coming up on a year old. But I'm jumping up to present time. I'm probably going to post this today because I wanted to talk about the... I really think it's going to be a struggling economic struggle because the other day I noticed that how the McDonald's. I looked at my meal for McDonald's, and you used to be able to get like a McDouble for $1, a drink for $1, right? Um, so I usually get like I get a couple McDoubles and a drink, right? So it's $3. I did with a couple with another person, so normally that would cost $6 in the past, right? Before all the inflation and stuff. This time it costs us 18, okay, and change actually. So I'm starting to realize that things doubled. Every time I'm looking at other things too, it looks like, I'm sorry, not doubled, tripled. It looks like everything's tripling in price, okay? So one of the things I'm doing, I'll recommend, I want to get this info out to any viewers who haven't thought of this maybe. Because I think it's something that's very important. I know people talk about prepping and putting, things in a freezer and stuff like that. But one thing they don't talk about, and I feel like I have some insight into, is having the stuff already frozen and cooked, okay? Because you have frozen raw meat. If you're really in a time of struggle with not any job or anything, the last thing you want to do is be cooking. And I know that from experience. I went through a period where I had no job. It was right after COVID. I was trying to get a job. I'm in the field of education, so there's a hiring season. I was trying to get employed right about because I took a break to finish my master's degree and trying to get employed kind of outside that hiring season. So I just had to wait for the hiring season. I got a job and it was okay after all. But I remember during that time, it's like you're the last thing you want to be doing is cooking. And when you're not feeling you're just not feeling good because you wanted to be constantly applying for jobs. It takes a long time to apply for jobs and to apply to many jobs and stuff like that. So it's just like you got to be on the internet and do stuff like that. So like the last thing you want to do is be wasting time cooking, okay? So my suggestion is and I'll go out there and show you guys what I got, but you need to get a smoker, a vertical smoker, so you can make a lot of food quick, and then you can just freeze it and have this, like this is chicken here. I got apple smoked chicken thighs. Okay, I just have it frozen in a gallon bag, and let me put that back. I was just trying to show you guys that if you have a deep freezer, you can make a lot of that. I play with the idea sometimes of oh, actually, I didn't wear a hat. That would have been good for my theme. I usually wear a camel hat or something. But let me show you my vertical smoker. Got it covered right now. Okay. Now, go with the digital. Okay. You want a digital one because you kind of want to set it and forget it. You don't want. It has to be electric. Okay. Because and sorry about that lighting. I don't know. Maybe if I move a little. Because yeah, I got something like that. I got the attachment on the side. I got a video about this too later, but you can actually buy an attachment to add to these kind of grills. But like there's a difference between smoking on with charcoal or wood or whatever. That's a little more labor intensive. That's why I want to go with electric, because I just run an extension cord out here, plug it up, you put the temperature on thermostat, and you put the time, and usually it just takes like an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on what you're cooking. If you're doing a big brisket or something, it might take a good I think it's like an hour and a half per pound or something like that. But here's the thing: if you get something like this, also, and if you're like new to smoking, you have no idea what to do, as I was, you can go on Amazon and get yourself like this magnet and fit in your fridge, and it'll tell you how long for each meat. Okay, I got that. I can show you in a minute. Hopefully, I don't forget. Actually, let's go in there and look at that. But yeah, I play with the idea too of just stocking up on. Here, let me see. This one I got. There's many on Amazon, but this one I got. Okay. So what does it say? Meat smoking guide. Okay. So I just put that right here. Okay. Hopefully there was nothing that important up there. I don't think there was anything sensitive on that fridge. But let me so I feel more comfortable. This is a habit I've been wearing lately a lot. I have a lot of camo hats. Here, I gotta stick with the theme, right? That's kind of my thing. I used to always wear camo hats in my videos. Okay, I got a lot of jungle caps. Some camo, some just like, you know, army color. But let me come out here more again. And Jonah's my Shih Tzu. I don't know. I got quite a few viewers now than I started. I got him on a little. He's got a little tactical harness, so he's a bit of a tactical Shih Tzu, right? Tactical. Okay. But anyways, feel better now that I got the hat on. So where was I at? You can get one of those magnetic things. It'll tell you how long to smoke, and after a while, you get used to it. You kind of already know how to do it. Do it a few times. Cleanup's very easy. You do a lot of chicken, and then like throughout the week or something, you can just like heat it up. You know, you come home instead of having to cook, you just take a chicken out or whatever. And I always put them in the freezer. For a while there, I was putting them in the fridge. And the whole reason I'm bringing this up is because it's saving money. Because, you know, it costs less to eat at the grocery store, even though that's going up too. But it costs less eating at a grocery store. I mean, eating the food from the grocery store than it does eating out. Eating out is getting really expensive. And on the news lately has been, you know, a fact that fast food itself, you know, and you know what another thing is too? Fast food's not even fast no more. Like it's really like, I usually am a calm person, and I don't like, I'm not the kind of person that goes through road rage and stuff like that, but really it's starting to upset me when I'm in these drive-thrus, at least in my area, and I'm hearing it from other people too. And I don't think it's just my area, like of town, because I go all over different sides of town. I mean, at the very least, my city, it seems like everywhere just slow. Like, they take forever to get you burgers. You know, I want couple burgers from McDonald's every single time I go. It takes forever. Like, I feel like I could have cooked it quicker. Okay, and that really has nothing to do with like, because I know my skill with cooking has probably gotten better since COVID and stuff like that. But I don't think it has anything to do with that, because I feel like in the past it was always quicker and easier to buy something fast food. That's why it's called fast food. Now, just like, it takes forever. You go through drive-through and it takes forever. Even when you get up to the line and pay, sometimes they sit there forever or make you park to the side. It takes forever. And I feel like this also helps you with productivity. You want to get more stuff done. Like I said, if you're going through some kind of hard time, last thing you want to be doing is cooking. But you want to be eating good too. That's another thing. So I've toyed with the idea, but I haven't, of just smoking all this chicken and beef for like a year's worth and just have it in the freezer. And I mean, that would be nice. Like, if you're in field education, you got summers off some, you know, if you choose to. And so I'm off this summer, and I actually toyed with that idea, but I mean, I can be smoking meats every day, you know, but I don't got room in that freezer. Over time, you know, other people in my household buy things, stick them in there, stuff like that. So I gotta, and what it has helped with, trying to get some of that stuff defrosted and get that smoked too. But sometimes it's not just meats, or it's not the kind of meats you want, right? But really, I've been keeping a lot of, I like chicken thighs. I did some breast because one time I'm trying to get it, you know, to be useful once, because I had some frozen in the freezer for a while. Pulled that out to make some room. I want to, you know, get a good cutting board too, because you pull these chickens out and stuff, and or beef, and you want to slice it up. I dice up all my beef. I usually get either the fajitas that are seasoned already, or even if you just have regular, because you got the smoke flavor. You know, play with the combinations, right? Buy one of every flavor, and I just pick a random number like I usually do with my hats. And I have a different smoke flavor here and there. So I got a big gallon Ziploc full of meats. I find that a 3-pound bag of frozen chicken thighs at HEB, it's been the cheapest lately around. When I and that's another tip too. How do you find out what the cheapest is lately? I've been using the apps, right? You can shop for the convenience of your home. You know, you don't have to in the past you'd have to kind of either write down or kind of remember how much you're paying for things. But now I can go on an app, how much does this cost at Walmart, and then look how much it costs at HEB or whatever local grocery store you have. So that's something that's a good tip too for saving money when the economy's getting hit back. And on that topic though, I really am thinking that this is the kind of things we need to start getting used to and thinking about, because you guys have heard. Let me come check. I got some neighbors coming in. Come on. Getting my dog in. But the what was I at? Talking about the times now. I know I heard someone on the news about the Chinese selling off a bunch of bonds that might impact our economy. I also heard about what is it? Let me see. I'm kind of walking around here, so let me go back out. I think that was a better atmosphere. But bonds, the Chinese sell a lot of bonds, and one of the biggest things is the Saudis didn't renew their deals they've had for like many decades, using the dollar as the main currency for the sale of oil, right? So, and I heard that on the news. Actually, if you guys look at Andrew Jick, he's a guy who talks about stocks and bonds and stuff, like economy stuff, and he was talking about how 80% of the $100 bills we have around the world, or we have total, are outside of foreign countries. Okay, so when they're not dealing with American money for oil no more, and the Chinese are selling off for bonds, and like all that money and stuff is going to come flooding back in. So economy just comes down to the whole reason money works, not because it's backed by gold, but because it's rare. Or gold's the same thing. It's because it's rare. That's why it's valuable. Okay, so we got more money that's not being used for overseas, and it starts flooding back in. It's gonna be less valuable because there's gonna be more of it around. So prices are probably gonna go up. So I'm expecting. I've been telling family too. I'm like kind of worrying, like people, talking about that. It's like, man, things are getting expensive. Paying 3 times as much just to get a few burgers. I mean, that meal used to be $6. No wait, so $1 for each burger and $3, right? And now it's, wait a minute, am I calculating that right? Oh yeah, for one person. But I was with 2 people, so that would have been a $6 meal, and now it's $18. So everything's kind of tripling, right? But I'm afraid it's gonna get worse. And here's the thing you gotta think of: if things are tripling, my income hasn't tripled, so I don't feel the same. Like I'm feeling the impact in what I can save. I feel like I just be able to save quite a bit. I don't have a huge family. I was able to buy like you were able in the past. If you had a small, family. I mean, I just got I'm usually just taking care of my son, and it's you're able to. It seemed like before COVID, you can kind of go to movies and hang out at Dave and Buster's, go to some arcades, stuff like that. Just for fun. And if if you had a college degree, you had a higher income that you can have more exposable income. But now even with that, it's like I feel like I see it coming, like where it's the struggle to save is coming up, and I consider myself middle class before, and now it's like I'm seeing like there's months, I'm sure people have the same thing, where you're saving nothing, or you dip into savings, or you're saving $20, and that wasn't the issue in the past, for middle class income. And I'm worried about people. I'm wondering how other people are doing it. There's people who probably have different careers and stuff that generally how it works here is that education gives you a lot higher income, degrees and stuff like that. So people who are not in that category, I would imagine, are struggling even more. So I don't understand how you know, I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel it. So I hope everybody else is doing good out there. Um, but yeah, I kind of maybe I'll do another video where I take that off. I did have a back on the smokers an analog digital no, not digital, it's called an analog electric smoker. So be careful when you get the electric smokers, because if you get an analog one, it has a dial. Now I thought you could just put the temperature, right? That would make it the simplest. Well, um, it the ones I had, and I don't know if they're all like that. It kind of seems like it when I see them off and on. It was really low, medium, and high. You had to adjust it. So it was just as bad as sitting there trying to stoke a fire or something. You know, maybe even worse, honestly. So what happened was it just stopped smoking the chips. So I took it back. I got it at Bass Pro Shop now. I liked Bass Pro Shop because this thing I must have had it. I've only used it like 3 times, and it didn't smoke 2 out of the 3 times. It was like only the first time it smoked. You know, smoked the meat and everything. Now, they took it back because I had a warranty on it. Okay, and then they gave me a gift card. It was really simple. Now I would suggest, I don't know about warranties other places, but I would suggest you get a warranty. I almost didn't buy it when I first got my first one. I got like a Black Friday deal, trying to do the cheapest. I got a smoker. It was like $100 for a smoker, right? They asked me about the warranty. I was like, no, and then you know, somebody convinced me to get it, and the lady was like she had told me the one the register said, oh, you know, it's electric and stuff like that. I think she had a personal experience, and I wound up going and doing it, and then I realized the thing wasn't working. After a while, it was, you know, even though I only smoked 3 times at that time, it was like I had the smoking meats we're talking about, okay? Meats, I'm talking about meats. I think like 6 months had passed by or something like that, right? So now it was outside that 30-day period, so it's not like you can just take it back, you know. So the warranty really came in handy. Okay, they gave me all my money, no questions asked. I cleaned out the inside a little bit, but honestly, they took it even though it was kind of dirty. I called them, they're like, no, you don't even have to clean it. You know how smokers get in the middle of you. Ever had a smoker where you if you do get one? But what I'm talking about is you can get a lot of food, put it set aside, already cooked. All you have to do is reheat it. Put it in the microwave. It'll be good. If it comes out smoker a little underdone, it's okay because you can put it in the microwave later, right? Most of the time I'm cooking it so I can heat it up later. So you know, it stays. You use a water pan too. Depends how you like it, right? Because sometimes I don't use a water pan, sometimes I do. Sometimes I feel like it comes out too moist. Sometimes I like a little drier or whatever. But I don't feel like the smoker dries it out a lot. Okay, so it's really what's the word I'm thinking of? It really applies well to an application where you're trying to reheat it. There's a better way of putting it, I'm sure. Let me know in the comments. But anyways, that's my talk I want to talk about. You know, a vertical smoker. And I say a vertical smoker because you can stack a bunch of meats. I got 4 racks in there. A lot of times to a chicken, to a beef. Once it pulls out, put the chicken in Ziploc bags, freeze it. I chop up all my beef because I usually put my beef with my eggs in the morning, at least nowadays. I was trying to smoke some turkey too because, like, you know, during the when I go hit back work and stuff like that, and on work days I usually do turkey and egg because it's a little gentler on the stomach, at least I found. But yeah, so yeah, the whole thing here is just thinking about having meat in you know, already ready, cheap, in mass, right? You get a good amount in that smoker. Yeah, I would definitely invest in a vertical smoker. Make sure you got a system down where you're getting that meat. Yeah, okay, so I hope that helps somebody. Comment below if you have any ideas on how to expand on that, okay, whatnot.